Hello, today we're gonna do another poison team. I know you've been waiting for it because they are so fun to watch. The team has gone through a little bit of a change. Front lane, I'm playing a poison touch, which might seem counterintuitive, but it does do its job. It's 400 HP and I still don't have a gecko mask for the wall gecko. A bunch of changes as well. The mid lane has gone through a variation. It now has a yam and a venom mask. So we are going to be using that. I did lose a couple of games recently, but it is not going too bad as I'm currently in the top 160 and I was in the top 100 before that a couple of hours ago. So we'll see who we can match up against and whether we can get Dragon 1 and get ourselves in the top 100 and also receive a couple of those rewards for reaching those higher ranks. First of all, can we do a craft, lucky craft of the day? Let's do a couple of these. First one gives us max HP on an Aqua. Actually a really good charm, but I don't play Aquas. We got a Vault Builder, and lastly we get ourselves a Wicked Ward. That's not what I'm looking for. I need Malediction to make this team even better, and then I can change the Gila to a Dusk Body, and that way I can get Malediction, which deals extra damage but also receives less damage. First team that we are playing up against is a Rise and Ruin triple plant team with a Bidens. Now, it looks like we are going to be losing this matchup, but my opponent doesn't have a Silence Whisperer, whatever it's called. Silence Whisper, that's exactly what it's called. Now, he does go for the double Sakura. He doesn't have a Clover as well, which is interesting. I don't get a poison this round, which is pretty bad. He does have a Bidens as well, so that means whenever there is a big stack of poison, he can just get rid of that one. It goes for a Rosebud as well. It looks winnable. It definitely looks winnable. Let's go for a Kotaro, and then we can do a lot of poison stacking. We do have a Gila. We're not going to be using that early. We need like at least 10 to 15 stacks to make that worthwhile, and I definitely want to save that for the later stages of the game. He goes for Cucumber Slice. A lot of healing. Zigzags, Pappy, Cucumber Slice, the Rosebuds as well. I think I'm going to go for that. Not much else to do right now. I mean, the Rise and Ruin is a really good card. He's got 3 shield cards. That means he's going to be healing quite a lot from that one. Has a Leafy Pot, probably on a pumpkin somewhere. Yep, that's the one that he's playing. Actually might not be winnable now that I think about it. Oh, and we missed the Kotaro as well. God dang it. We do hit a couple of poison stacks. I mean, he's not going to be able to keep all of them alive. He's already used the Bidens once. Okay, he's healing up quite a lot. He might be able to keep all of them alive. Do I keep stacking or do I go for the Gila is the question. I mean, Gila deals about 100 damage. It doesn't even deal that much. The mid lane is slowly chipping down to 240. Rosebud on the back lane plays a Pappy as well. Double Sakura, Pure Water 3 times because why not? I mean, what is a man supposed to do in that scenario? What is a man supposed to do in that scenario? Not getting all of the poisons that I need. 23 stacks on all of these Axies. 8 on the back lane. He probably has another Bidens by now. Yeah. I mean, he's healing with literally every single card. There's not a card in his deck that doesn't heal him because of the Rise and Ruins. So I don't think this is winnable. And this game is going to go on for a while for me to find out. The front lane takes about 80 damage. He puts Burns in my deck as well. Goes for the Cactus. That doesn't really help him. And now we get a small Frill. That again doesn't really help us. And although my opponent doesn't have a Silence Whisperer, I think we are on track to lose this game. Look at that healing that he has with shield cards. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's trying to keep both of these Axies alive, and I think he's going to be successful because he managed to pull off a Bidens at the end of that game. So he only has 2 stacks of poison. If that was a little bit more, maybe there was a chance for us to take it down. But as it stands, there is absolutely no shot that I can take this game down. His mid lane is going to fall next turn, I believe. And he already used a couple of these cards. I mean, maybe there's a chance to draw with Blood Moon. We'll see. He's going for attack cards now because he wants to put me down to a range where I lose to Blood Moon, which is a decent strategy. Unless he hits for 80. 80? No, he hits for 90 this turn. Oh, if he hit for 80, I think I could have taken that down. That is a little bit unfortunate, but those games just don't matter that much. You're not going to get that many of them. Okay, so what we want to do in this game is one thing, and that is to spread the poisons evenly. That is one thing that we want to do, and that's all that we want to do, is because his only win condition versus me is the Silence Whisperer. So if he has a big stack of cards to cycle through, he's not going to get that every so often. So if we keep all these 3 Axies alive, he's going to be limited to just 1 Silence Whisperer, and that's not going to be good enough to win this game. Hopefully this can come into fruition. 200 shield on that one. Definitely quite a lot. He's getting Timbus himself, but that is already plenty of stacks, and you can see that's coming to fruition. That is plenty of hands, plenty of stacks on these Axies, and he has a full hand. He's already played a Silence Whisperer once. A next one is probably going to go on this Axie right here. And unfortunately, I'm going to be healing him a little bit, but it shouldn't be a big of an issue. Let's see what else we can get. Another Kataro. Let's get them stacks of poisons up. And I think I'm going to go for the double thrill. And heal the mid lane, just in case. Just in case. Okay, you can see that the mid lane is already suffering quite a lot of damage. He plays the Pappy on the back lane. He only has 1 heal on the back lane, and that is actually has 2. He has the Zen as well. So what it does have is the Silence Whisperer, but should I use a Gila or not is the big question, because I'm not sure I should. Okay, that is plenty of stacks of poison. And if I go for a Gila, he's really going to be struggling to keep these Axies alive. But question is, do I want to go for the Gila and kill the Axie in the mid lane, or do I want to just make it tougher for him to cycle to another Silence Whisperer? And I'm not sure what the correct answer to that question is. I think I'm going to go for the Gila and deal a decent amount of damage to the back lane, because I'm going to cycle to another Gila soon. So that is what I want to do right here. And then I can possibly Tiny Turtle his back lane once we get to the Blood Moon rounds. He goes for the skill, he goes for the secret. He's giving up this front lane, so if he's giving that one up, I think there's only one thing for us to do, and that is to absolutely murder that one. With the Gila. And with Tiny Turtle is gonna go into the deck, and we should be getting it just when we need it. Towards the later stages. If I can get the Tiny Turtle... actually, I might have messed that up. He's got the Mandarins as well. He played the Mandarins because I didn't kill him because he's 1 HP. Ugh. Absolutely disgusting, that. I think I'm gonna have to go for that. I can't really kill anything else. And now I have to pray that I get Tiny Turtle before he gets Silence Whisperer, but that is probably not gonna be the case. He did take some damage, right? 29. He's already taken some from the poison stacks. So he's down to 2, 4, 3. And all he has is shield cards and heal cards. That's all he has. Fortunately, I don't have a Tiny Turtle on me. Neither do I really have anything else. I do have the Silence Whisperer coming. He's down to 212 HP, and he goes for the Silence Whisperer. Ah, yeah. Mandarin as well. Unfortunately, the Mandarins are gonna win him this game because I cannot. I can't even break through the shield. What's going on? I cannot Tiny Turtle his Mandarins, right? He's still gonna be able to use them even if I go for a Tiny Turtle. And even though I'm playing Silence Whisperer myself, I think the skill is a little bit too powerful. I mean, 6 turns is a very, very long time for a 1-cost card to completely counter poison. And not even counter it, it's just that he's able to just negate the whole thing. Maybe I should start playing Oranda to be able to counter the Silent Whisperer. But who knows, right? Who knows? I'm not going to be able to get Tiny Turtle off because my backlane is going to die this turn. And that is pretty much all she wrote because he has way too many heals. And I'm not going to be able to win that one. Yeah, look at that. Look how many shields and heals he has. Fuck me sideways, man. Okay, now he takes some damage from that. But again, not going to be good enough. Yeah, let's surrender. Let's move on to the next one. I mean, why am I just running into those sustain teams every single game? I just need to play versus fast team. I haven't run into that many sustain teams in a while. Like 2 in a row is quite a lot. I usually face a lot more Beast and Aquas. Here we are, a team that I can definitely beat. We're gonna go for the Kotaro, and I think I'm gonna go for the Yam rather than the Wool Gecko. Not sure which one is better, but I think the Yam is slightly better because I do still reduce the damage that I'm taking because I have Poison Touch on the front. So if he has Poison Stacks, then he's dealing less damage to me. Obviously, it's not 20%, 25% like the Wool Gecko, but it is a decent amount. A couple of percent less. It goes for the Sleepless, goes for the Kestrel as well. Just gonna go for a shield rather than the heal, because effectively I'm getting more for it, and he has to attack into me, so he's gonna receive some damage as well. Get the poison stacks up, and we are on track to win this game so far. Innocent Lamb probably gonna go for the Cottontail, right? Because it puts 1 copy of that card into your hand. He goes for the Purge. I think a Purge should actually be putting more stacks of poison on that. It's just my opinion though. I could go for a Gila and deal a decent amount of damage, or I can try and keep that front line alive for a little bit longer, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. He still has the little piece, which is probably going to draw now and still kill that front lane, so maybe Gila was a little bit better. But I'm just trying to survive for as long as I can. Put all of these poisons on my opponent before I play the Gila, and the Gila should hit for about, I don't know, 100, somewhere around there. Still has an emo, so he's probably going to kill this one. Looks like he doesn't, so great for us. And now we can stack that poison. Look at that, 15, 23 stacks, 29 stacks on the back lane, which is the best outcome that we can have. We want to kill the bird and we want to kill the aqua because the Panjadin doesn't do that much damage as it doesn't have any attack rune, right? All he has is HP charms and HP rune. So he's in a bit of a trouble. He goes for the Cottontail yet again. Goes for the Nutcrack. Getting a Gila heal out would be actually perfect because we can trigger the Death Mark as well. I could trigger it with Yam, but it's not the same, right? I think I'm gonna go for Green Thorns. And do I go small thrill or do I go for the shield? I think I'm gonna go for the small thrill. Now, it's getting to a point where if I don't get a Gila, I just simply lose this game. But I should be getting it within the next 2 rounds, if I can make it to the next 2 rounds. If I don't get a Gila off here, it's actually going to be disgusting. That's 2 cards already. 3, and hopefully that's the end of the turn. That is indeed the end of the turn. Let's see what we can get. Can we get a Gila? We cannot get a Gila. We can get plenty of shield though, and his backlane is dead anyway, and we're gonna get a Gila next round. I don't think he can break through 480, so this should be a game anyway. So even without a Gila, you can win a game like that. I wonder if just playing 3 Yams would be a lot better here with Venom Masters. But look at the damage that Gila produces, right? That is 100, actually just 78. But still, very, very good. 292 moon shards that I get for this game. And then we also get 9 SLP, which doesn't really do too much when you spend 600 of them for 1 craft. But it is what it is, and this team is actually really, really good to play versus those fast-playing teams, which there are a lot of. The only one that I'm struggling versus is people that have Bloodlust, maybe even 2 Bloodlust, because then it gets into a state where I can win, but it's not all the time. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one.